Hello, Yuri, and welcome to today's session. We're going to carry on doing some reading and then looking at some comprehension style questions where we have some literal retrieval style questions, going on to more inferential questions, and then some evaluative questions. And in this session, it's going to be one session on this extract, as there is a mark scheme here for you. So I'd like you, when you have done your answers, to use the mark scheme to give yourself a score out of 14. You mark it, show me your writing, show me you've done the questions, and let me know your score, please. So I'll read the extract. It's from Evil Star, which is a book by Anthony Horowitz. I'm sure lots of you have read something written by him. So, extract from Evil Star. There was something wrong about the house in Eastfield Terrace, something unpleasant. All the houses in the street were more or less identical, red brick, Victorian, with two bedrooms on the first floor and a bay window on either the left or the right of the front door. Some had satellite dishes, some had window boxes filled with brightly coloured flowers, but looking down from the top of the hill at the terrace curving round St Patrick's Church on its way to the Esso garage and all-night store, one house stood out immediately. Number 27 no longer belonged there. It was as if it had caught some sort of disease and needed to be taken away. The front garden was full of junk, and as usual the wheelie bin beside the gate was overflowing, surrounded by black garbage bags that the owners had been unable to stuff inside. This wasn't uncommon in Eastfield Terrace. Nor was it particularly strange that the curtains were permanently drawn across the front windows, and, as far as anyone could tell, the lights were never turned on. But the house smelled. For weeks now there had been a rotten, sewagey smell that seemed at first to be coming from a blocked pipe, but that had rapidly got worse until people had begun to cross the street to avoid it. And whatever was causing it seemed to be affecting the entire place. The grass on the front lawn was beginning to die. The flowers had wilted and then been choked up by weeds. The colour seemed to be draining out of the very bricks. The neighbours had tried to complain. They had knocked on the front door, but nobody had come. They had telephoned, but nobody had answered. Finally, they had called the Borough Council at the Ipswich Civic Centre, but of course it would be weeks before any action was taken. The house wasn't empty, that much they knew. They had occasionally seen the owner, Gwenda Davis, pacing back and forth behind the net curtains. Once, more than a week ago, she had been seen scurrying home from the shops, and there was one other piece of evidence that there was still life at number 27. Every evening the television was turned on. Gwenda Davis was well known in the street. So, it's a bit of tension and mystery built up in that section, isn't it? So, for the first point, you need to find and highlight the following words in the passage above. So you get 1 mark for that if you can find and highlight all of those 8 words. Then we have our literal questions, the information. What was the name of the street in the story? Who owns the dilapidated house? And why did people start to cross the street to avoid number 27. So some more inferential questions. So, do you think the houses on the street are generally well looked after? Why do you think this? So, what evidence can you find that show the other houses on the street are generally well looked after or not? And next question, what do you think the author means when it says it was as if it had caught some sort of disease? So, what do you think about this word, this idea of a house being able to catch a disease? Why has the author done that? And then some evaluative questions. So, what do you think the neighbours thought of the owner of the house? Why do you think that? So you need to find information, evidence from the text about the neighbours. So some quotes would be useful in explaining them. And do you think the Borough Council are effective in sorting out problems? And why do you think this? So using your thinking, what evidence is there in the text about the Borough Council and how they sort out problems? So, mark scheme, like I said, is here. So, using your knowledge of the text, answer the questions as well as you can. And then, like I said, use the mark scheme to see and judge how well you did in response to this extract. And I look forward to seeing your answers and seeing what score you get. Thank you very much.